Hello, Cal67 Gaming here, back again with another favourite 5 list. This time I've opened it up to all consoles because I'm doing a specific type of game. Today's going to be my favourite 5 unusual sports titles. When it comes to sports titles, I think a lot of collectors can become very precious about these things, just dismissing it as shovelware. And to be fair, quite a lot of sports titles are just shovelware. However, I do enjoy sports games. They're certainly brilliant for playing local multiplayer, even online multiplayer if you're playing with friends. And I always keep a lookout for something that I haven't seen before. So obviously every year you get EA, Konami, Sony, 2K will release the likes of football game, American football game, ice hockey game, basketball game. They're all catered for and catered for well. So this list is the games that are unusual in a video game sense, some more than others. So without further ado, I think we'll get straight on with my 5th favourite unusual sports title.
China versus Germany. Best of 3 games, 11 points to win. China to serve. Net. 0 serving 1.
So this is probably going to be the best known title on my list. This is Rockstar Presents Table Tennis. Rockstar, of course, a very well known publisher, primarily for Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Bully, also known as Canis Canem Edit, LA Noire. Not really known for doing sports games, although I guess that they did put in a pool game into Grand Theft Auto and such like. But this was actually a Xbox 360 console exclusive and launch title. And to my knowledge, it's the only dedicated table tennis game there is. Now, there is a table tennis event on London 2012, certainly. Not sure if there's one on any of the other Olympic Games. So it's not the only table tennis experience that you'll ever get on a console. However, as a standalone game, it certainly is very unusual to pick table tennis as a sport. It's tremendously fun though. If you like tennis games, you're going to like this, I would imagine. There's more emphasis on what kind of shot you play rather than where you play it. This is what these different games are about. Trying a new video sport is about learning the sport itself, and excellent game to play it multiplayer with friends. Not really so much fun. In fact, I don't think any of these sports titles are really as much fun playing single player, but certainly local multiplayer, excellent game, and worthy to carry the Rockstar name. So that was my 5th favourite. So let's move on to my fourth favourite unusual sports title.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. I'm Matthew Hill, and beside me in the commentary box is David Bashir. Now, you've been studying the conditions out there, David. What's the latest?
There will be perfect conditions here all day, Matt, but with no chance of any rain. I was down in the middle looking at the pitch earlier. There's a few cracks on the surface, but some moisture underneath.
Thanks, David. So both teams very close to coming out to the middle, and a very good crowd is building up. The teams are making their way out onto the field now. We'll take this opportunity to look at the two opening batsmen, David. The opener will face the very first ball here.
He's taken the long handle to that, a big swing and miss.
Oh, and they like that one. Loud appeal. Not out. The batsman survives. Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing. Off the mark.
He was onto it nice and early. Great shot.
So this one is Don Bradman cricket. For the uninitiated, cricket is a game that's played one side bats, the other side bowls. I think you get 2 innings in a match, and an inning can last anything up to 2 or 3 days. It's a game that's played primarily in Asia, in Australasia. So you've got Australia and New Zealand play it. The Indian subcontinent is very popular there. As obviously played in England and South Africa, I believe, and probably not many other places apart from that. This one is one that you're going to have to invest a little bit of time into. It is great fun playing local multiplayer on this, getting the better of your friends. However, this is one that you can't just have a quick blast at. You're not going to get a 5-minute game on here. This one is going to spin out a while. That's not a bad thing though. If you've got the time, if you've got good company, great game to play. So that's my fourth favourite unusual sports title. Which means this next one must be my third favourite.
The ball goes over the sideline. Has a few options. White. No question, that's a foul. White. Fields it well.
So this one is Gaelic Games Football 2. Gaelic football is a sport, as far as I'm aware, is played solely in Ireland, which is not a very populous country. So obviously this is not a sport that's well recognised around the world. However, it's huge in Ireland. So huge that on the Sony PlayStation 2, they didn't only get one Gaelic Games football game, they got 2. It's kind of a mix between traditional football and rugby, I would guess. This is a game where great fun, especially great fun multiplayer for someone like myself who's not well versed in the game. Neither are any of my friends. Obviously, we're not from Ireland, so you, as well as playing each other, you're kind of playing against the referee as well, because we don't really know the rules. Although, of course, with all these games, the more you play them, the more rules you pick up. But it's a great fun game on the PS2. Something very different to playing FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer over and over again. It makes a nice change when it comes to playing multiplayer against friends. So that's my third favourite, which means that this next one, well, this must be my second favourite unusual sports title.
Rips it in. Rochester, recover it. They'll be looking for the fast break. Has a look and saved. Comlin. Moving the ball. Florida, steal it. Great play from them. Rochester, come up with it. Kenny. Takes the shot. Oh, quick thinking. Kyle with the save. The Jets might consider themselves unlucky, but this man is having an exceptional matching goal. Passes. Comlin and scores. Rochester have the first goal of the match.
So this one is Casey Powell Lacrosse 16. I'm not at all familiar with the sport of lacrosse. I believe that there was a lacrosse team in the movie American Pie. That's about as much as my knowledge of it is. So much like playing Gaelic Games football, playing this multiplayer is excellent because no one knows the rules. So you're fighting against each other, you're also fighting against the referee. From what I can tell, lacrosse itself appears to be kind of similar to hurling or shinty, except much less violent and with far more protective equipment on the person. But to break it down very simply, you got a stick, a ball, and you score goals. What could be easier? He says, knowing that he's played it, and you get all sorts of penalties that you've got no idea what they are. But that's the fun of playing these unusual sports games. If you're not familiar with the sport, you're learning about the sport as much as you are learning how to play the game. And this one is just great, great fun. Lacrosse. Never thought that you'd ever see a video game playing lacrosse, but there you go. So that's my second favourite. Which leaves only one place to go. My favourite unusual sports title.
Full to the brim here at Etihad Stadium. Well, BT, who's your pick for this match?
Everything points to Port Adelaide.
I agree with you there, BT. We have the toss of the coin. Essendon kicking to the left of screen. All is in readiness. We're underway. Tapped by Hill. Hartlett. Pierce with the ball. Gets it away in the nick of time. Butcher lining up. Ed's travelling and it's straight through for a goal.
Always a confidence booster to score the first goal in a game.
Renoff taps it. Essendon had possession. Tackled by Pittard. Hurley. The ball in the hands of Chaplin. Clears now. It'll be the umpire's ball.
So this one is AFL Live, which is, I assume, simulation, maybe an arcade representation, of Aussie rules football. which is a sport obviously played only or predominantly in Australia. Now the name itself is I find quite strange, because it's called Aussie Rules Football. However, there doesn't actually appear to be any rules. It's kind of like a free-for-all, but a very addictive one, which is why it's my favourite unusual sports title. This is one that I first picked up an Aussie Rules game. Picked up AFL Live 2004 on the PS2. We're quite lucky here in the UK that Australian games, they must be PAL coded as well, because they always seem to be compatible with the consoles that we get over here. So I picked up the first one in about 2004, played it with friends, and we just absolutely loved it. And since then, instead of it being something that you happened across in a game store and thought, oh, I've never played that before, and picking it up for pennies, we actually started importing these from Australia. Just a brilliant game. It's so much fun. Partly because there's the distinct lack of rules seemingly in it, and you can just, if your mate's got the ball, instead of trying to find a clever way to snatch the ball from him, just punch him in the back of the head and take it off him when he's unconscious. It is just so much fun. Actually, reminds me a little of Speedball. Perhaps that's where the idea came from for Speedball. But anyway, that's enough pondering about that. The game itself is just excellent. Because I've been playing Aussie Rules games for so long now, I actually do know a little bit more about the game. I've started going out my way to actually watch the game being played, and I'm right, there isn't any rules to it at all. It's just brutality on a big circular field that happens to have a ball on it. It's that's really what it is. But great fun, and absolutely brilliant in multiplayer. So that's my list. If you agree with me, I said this all the time, that's quite boring. If you disagree with me, tell me what I should have put in there. I'll tell you now that there was a few games that came close to making the list. Handball, there was a Handball 16 game. Rugby League, which is a variant of rugby which is not well represented in video gaming. I'm aware of 3 titles that play Rugby League, all very good. So there are unusual games out there, but this is the 5 that I decided to go with. If you haven't already, please put a like on the video. You've been with me now for a good while. Something's kept you here. I'm hoping it's something that you liked. Please subscribe to the channel. It's the only way that I'm going to get out to a bigger audience, and that's obviously the goal here. And as always, keep gaming.